Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. Today we are at the Livermore premium outlets close to San Francisco and I'm so super excited because they have amazing brands like Bottega Veneta, Gucci, Saint Laurent and many more. So let's see if we can find some gems. It's an outdoor outlet with many different boutiques and we started off at Vivier. Heeled mules in silver had a regular retail of $1,095, an outlet price of $765 and were 30% off down to $535. The bedazzled white pumps didn't have a regular retail price listed but were on sale for only $278. The so-called ballerine chips bugs in red were down to $384. The dark blue version was still $432. Neon pink square pumps $244 instead of $610 outlet price without a regular retail listed. The raffia version was even better priced at $216 instead of $540. Talking about raffia, how cute are those bedazzled loafers? $660 on sale instead of $1,015 outlet price. Unfortunately, an SA followed me, so I just checked out the bag, but not the price tag. Typical Vivier buckle shoes were $290 instead of $645 at the outlet. And those bejeweled bouquet pearl mules in satin were on sale for $725 instead of $1,115 outlet price. In teal, navy blue or black. Probably the biggest surprise awaited me at Bottega Veneta because they had an entire shelf 60% off the outlet price, which brought the popular chain pouch down to only $1,068 instead of $3,800 regular retail. And there even were different color options available. The Arco tote bag in shearling with pastel yellow leather details was down to $811 instead of $2,029. The bigger version with all over shearling in beige or Bottega green was $1,039 instead of $3,700. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to open these metallic cassette bags, so I couldn't find the price tag on those. Those huge rubber shopper totes are probably perfect for the beach. They were not part of the additional promotion and had an outlet price of $1,089 instead of $1,550 regular retail. The selection of Bottega Veneta shoes was huge. Unfortunately, they were not included in the 60% off either. Rubber beach slides were $178 without a regular retail price mentioned. Vintage Vibes pumps in a selection of different colors, $489. The so-called cushion slides in patent leather were $439, as well no regular retail price listed. Intricato espadrilles in burgundy red were $549. So-called punta kitten heels, $549 as well. The platform model canalazzo in raffia was $779, whilst the jimbo style was still $1,079. Knotted stretch slide-on mules were $729 in beige, black or metallic green, and the pointed Alfie mules in sage green or black were $849. This teal green mesh beaded sparkly shoe for $618 screams mermaid to me, well, if they had feet. Padded heel slides in different colorways were really well reduced at $297. Still way higher priced was a sparkle rhinestone version of that shoe shape, $738 in pink or champagne gold. The wedge heel version of the shoe in different color options as well was $348. Completely forgot to mention there was even another promotion going on. Spend $1,000 and get 20% off. Spend $2,000 and you get 30% off. And if you spend more than $3,000, you even get 40% off your entire purchase. The blue point bag had a regular retail of $3,200, an outlet price of $2,249, and if we consider the promotion, it was down to $1,574. The smaller boucle fabric version of that bag was $1,969 at the outlet, and considering the promotion came down to $1,575. The popular Bottega boots with the rubber sole in different color options had an outlet price of $729 and were additional 50% off, so that they came to $365. Additionally reduced as well, $340 instead of $679 outlet price. And the heeled version in different colorways was $375 instead of $749. Available in a variety of beautiful colors. The caramel brown Arco shopper in the so-called shade Wood Gold was still $3,569. A mini double knot bag in Bottega green or a lilac called Wisteria was $1,479. Not entirely sure, but if it was part of the 20% off, it would have been $1,133. We're back in the 60% off section, which makes these pouches on a chain come down to $1,068. So many colorways to choose from. Another bag style that was 60% off the outlet price, but unfortunately another one where I was not clever enough to figure out the closing mechanism. An Intricato bag that qualified for the 40% off was $1,979 instead of $4,700 regular retail and $3,299 outlet price. A quick glance at the selection of Bottega Veneta costume jewelry that they offered at the outlet. I think they had beautiful pieces, but the prices were still too high for my liking. We finished Bottega with a quick look at the belts. The triangle ones were $319 instead of $450 regular retail. The next store we checked out was Versace, and here you get a glimpse at the overall store, leading to the denim bag section with this cutie for $825 instead of $1,275. This sparkling beauty was further reduced down to $699 instead of $1,195 and a regular retail of $1,850. The pink sparkle bag you see here is just eye candy, unfortunately without the price tag documented. But that pink shoulder bag with silver hardware had a price tag of $875. Lilac pochette with silver hardware $595 instead of $925 at the boutique. Of course, they had the classic La Medusa bags at the outlet as well. A black one was priced at $2,750 and excluded from any kind of promotions. A adorable shearling version of that bag had a price tag of $1,475 at the outlet. A more sleek top handle version with the price tag nowhere to be found. Pink satin mules from the Virtus line were excluded from additional promotions as well, but already half off, $495 instead of $1,000 for the higher version and $450 instead of $900 for the kitten heel. The matching satin evening bag was $750 instead of $1,175 in pink or black. A mini top handle bag was $1,575. For me personally, a Medusa head belt buckle would be too loud, but the price point was $375 instead of $525. Showing you around a little bit more in the Versace Outlet boutique, they had some jewelry as well. They had a nice selection of SLGs, and I'm leading you to the sale section. But let's stop by at the sparkling bikini first for a whopping $1,225 instead of $2,425 regular retail. The Versace Outlet shoe sale is going kinda crazy. These chain sandals were down to $362 instead of $1,450 regular retail. Very pointy pumps were $398 instead of $1,575. Available in black or white. Probably the best deal though were the Versace platform heels, like this lilac one for $150 instead of $1,475, available in hot pink at the very same price point as well. Obviously, this incredible sale on the shoes made me very curious for the bags on that shelf as well, but the satin one was still $1,725, so not really reduced, whilst that hot pink leather bag was down to $912 instead of $1,625 outlet price. And I've definitely seen this bag at the regular boutiques before as well. A neon green velvet Virtus bag had a great sale price of $575 instead of $1,775 regular retail. A very nice business bag was this beige Virtus one. It had a regular price point of $2,100, an outlet price of $1,350, and was on sale for $810. A great price for such a big structured bag. A studded mini version of the La Medusa bag in black had a regular retail of $3,025, an outlet price of $1,975, $995 and was on sale for $988. Of course, we checked out Jimmy Choo as well, but since I already had spent that much time at the Jimmy Choo outlet boutique in Las Vegas, I didn't film that much this time. They had the exact same promotion going on with 25% on everything, which made these Bing heels come down to $493 instead of $1,095. Of course, I had to check out my beloved satin bejeweled Tiffany & Co. reminiscent bonbon bag. Regular retail $2,150, outlet price $1,290, and with the promotion $968. One day I might get it because I think it's just so stunning. Stunning as well is this golden metallic all over sparkling bonbon bag for $2,113 instead of $4,695. The silver crystal Bonnie bag was $1,733 instead of $3,850 regular retail. And a pair of liquid metal stilettos came to $506 instead of $1,125 regular retail. I looked at that exact bag in Las Vegas as well, $673 instead of $1,495. And the tiny pearl hardcover clutch was down to $898 instead of $1,995. Actually, I really like the blush pink version of the satin bonbon bag as well for $898 instead of $1,995, but I already have a Jimmy Choo bag in that shade of pink. When at Jimmy Choo, of course, we have to check out some shoes as well. Those white bridal ones were $329 instead of $1,095, and the golden version was even a tad less, $315 instead of $1,050. The Isabel 100 stiletto was $293 instead of $975, considering the additional promotion, and the white clutch with the Madeleine clasp was only $563 instead of $1,250. The next store we quickly checked out was Armani. This bag was $375, no regular retail price mentioned, from the diffusion line Emporio Armani. Giorgio Armani mesh loafers were about half the price, $479 instead of $945. And the pink strappy Giorgio Armani stiletto sandal was $799 instead of $1,595 with sparkles and satin. As well sparkly and pink for $489 instead of $975. A black Emporio Armani shopper tote was $425 without a regular retail on the price tag. And white stiletto sandals $329 instead of $645. Pointy satin pumps $479 instead of $945. A smaller version of the black shopper we already looked at in cognac beige was $275, which leads us to the next cognac beige bag at the next store, which was Tods. Price point of $1,480 instead of $1,850. This top handle bag was $1,235 instead of $1,765. Some more prices for you: $1,319 instead of $1,465 on this black bag, $740 instead of $925 on that black bag. The black top handle bag we already looked at in a brown beige colorway had the exact same price point of $1,235. We nearly made it through the selection of black bags. There was another one for $1,172 instead of $1,465, and a small beauty that kind of surprised me at still $1,148 instead of $1,275. Not really sure why all of those bags were sitting on tables or benches. This blue one was $1,480 instead of $1,850 regular retail, and it slightly reminded me of the Loewe puzzle bag but in a more structured way. I absolutely loved the shape and the shade of the chopper tote for $992 instead of $1,240. The last bag I checked out at Tods was this brown one for $1,210 instead of $1,345. The Livermore outlets close to San Francisco have an amazing selection of boutiques. They even have a Gucci store where I filmed quite a lot as well, but that will be its own outlet vlog video soon. At Jill Sander, there were no prices on the items. If you were interested in something, you had to ask an SA, so that was not the right place for me to film. At Prada, though, there were price tags on the items, but I was kindly asked not to film. Luckily, I already had some shots when I was told that. Those adorable Miu Miu picnic bags were $1,350 in beige, pink or baby blue. A somewhat roomier black version was on sale for $903 instead of $1,290 outlet price. This sparkly blue bag was part of an additional promotion of 30% off, so that it came to $1,575 instead of $2,250 outlet price. Shoulder bags in off-white or black leather with silver hardware were $1,300. The next bag I checked out was giving me unisex vibes in navy blue or black for $1,150. A classic kilted nylon shoulder bag by Prada was $1,080 at the outlet, and possibly has been part of the 30% off promotion as well, but I don't remember for sure on that piece. Very typical Prada in white or grey with golden hardware, $1,500, and a shopper tote in black Saffiano leather for $1,680. Overall, most of those bags didn't have regular retail, but just outlet prices. Same game for those camera bags with web straps for $975 in beige or greyish turtle dove. Available as well in classic black. And that cognac caramel brown one was $1,180. In the shoe section, I checked out those espadrille slides for $390 in blue or yellow, and a variety of rubber beach slides in nice colorways, but they were still $345, which I think is a lot for rubber shoes. Those patent leather ballet flats were $575, same price point as the silver-heeled PVC mules. Mary Jane cowboy style pumps were $710. If you ask me, it's getting weirder and weirder. Rubber thongs in white or black were $375, and those puffy mules in forest green were still $535. A pair that looked as if you would wear it with your bathrobe was $570. You could go for pink or blue as well. Miu Miu ballet flats that were giving a knitted optic, half off for $263 instead of $525. White sneakers were $345 instead of $575 outlet price. And the boho wipe sandals in natural colors by Miu Miu were $330 instead of $550 regular retail. Since we visited the outlet in summertime, I was hoping for some great deals on the winter shoes, but the price on this pair was only $533 instead of $760 regular retail, so not the biggest saving even though out of season. Soft suede Miu Miu platform boots were $613 instead of $875. Those black Miu Miu velvet slides were $425, whilst the white or pink puffy ones were $465. In the sparkle section we had those silver mirrored pumps for $568 instead of $710, or pink satin bedazzled mules for $653 instead of $725. Very much on trend were those sparkly ballet flats, but they were still $875 even at the outlet. Staying in the range of sparkles, this blue triangle bag was part of the 30% off promotion as well, so that it came down to $1,092 instead of $1,560 outlet price. The entire rack with sparkly bags was part of that promotion, so that the lilac sequin bag came to $840 instead of $1,200, and the triangle bag was available in yellow as well. The Livermore outlet has more understated brands like Max Mara or Brunello Cucinelli as well. At Max Mara I hardly filmed, just those blue silk mules for $585, or the sparkly bedazzled ballet flats, which unfortunately did not even come with a price tag. At Salvatore Ferragamo there was the same promotion going on as already in Las Vegas, 25% off the entire store, which brought this bag down to $1,185 outlet price instead of $2,400 regular retail. I think I already checked out those exact sparkly pumps in Vegas. They were $500 instead of $1,590 here in Livermore. The Erica pump in leather with a huge bow was down to $490 instead of $1,009. Exact same price point for the satin mule version in red. I was a little bit lazy with filming at Ferragamo because I already saw so much in Vegas, but those Gabriela sandals were $522 instead of $995, and sneakers with the typical typical Ferragamo bows came to $333 after applying the 25% promotion instead of $795 regular retail. They had a selection of white sneakers, those were $315 instead of $750 with a golden or silver logo. The floral design came down to even only $167 instead of $795 regular retail. Amazing price point on those suede boots in grey or mustard, $223 instead of $1,050 regular retail. The elegant bow booties were down to $437 instead of $1,390. If you are interested in Salvatore Ferragamo, I definitely would recommend you to watch the Las Vegas outlet vlog, because there I took way more time at Ferragamo and showed you even more pieces. This time we finish off Ferragamo with a bucket bag style for $1,090 instead of $3,600. Not checking out Burberry this time, because I've been in line for about 15 minutes and nothing going on, so no. My time is too precious for that, because Burberry always has the same outlet stuff anyways. Quickly checking out if there's something cute at Kate Spade. This raffia fish bag was 50% off and then another 25% off, so that it came down to $160 instead of $429. And I wanted to share this bag for $349 with you. It was available in different color options and strongly reminded me of a Fendi peekaboo. What do you think? The Alexander McQueen boutique just very recently opened. Unfortunately, the service was so good that I had a staff member by my side nearly all the time and just was able to check out the price tag of one bag, which was $1,690. Next up was Coach, where as well I filmed way more at the Las Vegas outlet. Those canvas hobo bags were 70% off, so that they came down to $113 instead of $460. A cutie from the men's section was this fish bum bag for $89. Mini bags in different shades for $119, or shoulder bags in peach, apricot and blue for $189. By the way, I love that the prices at Coach are so very visible. Those pochettes with diner deserts were kinda cute and I was considering to get one as a souvenir, but somehow it felt like $119 is still too much to just get something as a memory for a trip, and I was not entirely sure which one I liked better, the white one or the pink one, and I think both were not that easy to combine. It looked quite good with a white dress, but that might be the only way to combine it, so that's why I decided against both of those pochette cuties. Then I was considering to at least get a bag charm in that style, but they were still $68. That's too much for a ice cream or Coke. The yellow hard pouch was even higher priced at $128, and the miniature bag was even $10 more at $138. The exact same price point for another miniature bag charm in black or white with flowers, $138 for those little cuties. I did like them, but I didn't like the price on them. This section was 75% off, so that the silver sparkle bag came to only $99 instead of $398. I think that was a great deal. The fruit bags that tempted me in Las Vegas were available in Livermore, close to San Francisco as well. They were even better priced at $129, but they only had 3 fruits left. Can't wait to show you around at Saint Laurent, cause that's always one of my favorite outlet boutiques. No idea why at first I held the camera as if I was drunk, probably because I was trying to stay undercover. It will get better, at least somewhat. This bucket bag in leather had an outlet price of $1,639 instead of $2,350 regular retail. They had an off-white canvas version as well as a variety of Lulu bags in different shades and materials. A pastel yellow smooth leather puffer one was $2,239 instead of $3,200. A small bucket bag had a great price point of $919 instead of $2,650. Unfortunately, the saving on the smock croc shoulder bag was not that big. It was down to $2,119 instead of $2,650. I was expecting a great saving on this bag because it's definitely not for everyone. It was nearly $1,000 off at $1,980. $2,689 instead of $2,650. What a pity, I forgot to check the price on this shearling bag. The typical heels with the YSL heel were down to $449. A pair of shoes I already showed you in one of my Temptations videos, because I really was close to buying those Saint Laurent men's sandals for $179. Of course, it looks a little bit weird with the try-on socks, but I think they were really nice and would work well unisex as well, but in the end I decided against them because I already have black sandals. The price was good though. This raffia straw bag with black leather details was $1,499 instead of $2,150. This black puffer patent leather bag was nearly $1,000 off. It was at $2,089 instead of $2,990. And a tweed boucle fabric Lulu bag with sequins was $1,949 instead of $3,900, and it reminded me of my black Kurt Geiger tweed bag. This large Kate suede bag was $1,779 instead of $2,550. A mock croc look camera bag was $1,365 instead of $1,950. A Cassandra envelope bag was $1,989 instead of $2,850. A black jersey fabric bag was $2,239 instead of $3,200. A Nikki bag in burgundy, $2,659 instead of $3,800. Polka dot espadrilles, just $170. The ones in denim, even a tad less, $159. There were times when I nearly had the entire boutique for myself. Luckily, I didn't have a salesperson by my side anyways. These interesting stiletto sandals were $339, and I already told you in another video about the heart-shaped sunglasses. In yellow, they were $339 as well, which I think was not the very best price, but the pink version was just $129, which I have to admit got me quite tempted. This Vintage Vibes denim satchel might be current collection because it just had one price, $2,390. The grey denim puffer was $2,339 instead of $3,350. A somewhat smaller suede bag was $1,499 instead of $2,150. Here you see some more bags where I didn't check the price. A Solferino bag in the color Dark Sun was more than $1,000 off, $2,239 instead of $3,200. A very beautiful big bucket hobo bag that unfortunately already at the outlet showed some scratches was $2,199 instead of $3,150. This wicker basket bag had an amazing price point of just $639 instead of $1,850. If it wasn't that troublesome to take it home with me on the plane in my luggage, I would have considered it. What do you think about it? I like the selection of brands a lot, and some of them even do have additional discounts going on, so I think it's a lot about the timing. I asked at Saint Laurent if there is any kind of promotion at the moment, and they said unfortunately not. The last one ran until Father's Day, so even the luxury brands do run promotions. Bottega Veneta, for example, had an entire wall with 60% off, which I think is huge on a brand like Bottega. So yeah, I definitely can recommend a trip to this outlet. I enjoyed it a lot so far, and we have a few stores left that I want to check out. From this point on, I didn't film anymore, but if you can't get enough of outlet content, check out my Las Vegas Premium North outlet vlog, and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss the Gucci outlet vlog that is yet to come. Look at hubby carrying his shopping bags, because he's the shopping queen. Shopped till he dropped, and I did not buy a single thing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye!